everyone, it's Stephanie 1111 Witchy Babe, and I am here with Libra's reading for the month of November. So, before I get started, I just wanted to let everyone know that this is for Libra energy as a whole. So, if you have any Libra in your chart, this will apply to you. And go ahead and check out your chart to see what other signs you have if you don't know already, and check out those videos as well. If you don't know what I mean by chart, go head over to astro.com. Link is in the description box below, and you can generate your natal chart for free, and then you can check out the rest of the videos and what applies to you. So also my shop is back open for personal readings. So if you would like to book a personal reading with me on a variety of topics, you can head over to 1111witchybabe.com and book the reading there. Right now I have a reopening special as I've been closed down for for like a month or so. And I have 15% off on all readings. So if you're looking to book like a relationship analysis or a relationship prediction, which are a couple of my specialties, now would be the time, as they are pricey ones. You save about $15. So it's a good time to book those. So how we are starting this reading, as I was told to do a channeled message first. And the message can be either, I haven't done it yet. I'm going to be doing it with you guys. But the message I have so far has either been about why things in the past have happened and what it relates to you now, or why what's happening to you now is happening. It doesn't necessarily mean this is a prediction for November. We're going to go into the predictions for November with tarot, but this is just a message. The deck I was told to use is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Mosley. Just in case you guys like the cards, because these are very pretty imagery, and sometimes I forget to get back to the comments to let you guys know when you guys are asking about decks. So I'll just make it clear what I'm using when I'm using it. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So let's get Libras. And before I get started, I got a lot of hate on my Gemini video, so much so I turned off comments because I didn't feel like having to deal with people and their stuff. So, these readings, any reader you're listening to on YouTube, if it's not a personal reading, this is a general energy reading. It does not mean this is for you. If the messages are for you, they will resonate. You will get goosebumps. You will already have these experiences happening. You will already have feelings about these experiences happening. If you want to take the information as in that it's for you, then it's for you. If you do not, then it's not. But do not attack the reader. And I see this on comments of my favorite readers. I see this on my own comments. Do not come after us personally. We don't want to say anything bad to people. Some readers do choose to read things a different way than other readers do. I'm of the mindset that shadow work is important, that not everything in life is great, that things need to be addressed that need to be addressed. And so if I get information in my best possible way, I will give it to you honestly, but without it being harsh. Some people don't like the way I read, then that's totally fine. There's amazing readers out there that will suit you, but please don't attack us messengers, because it doesn't help anybody. And it's not helping you, especially if you're high vibe. It's not what you're wanting to do anyway. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get this channeled message. Compassion. So right away, I just heard that you guys need to be more compassionate to yourselves, particularly regarding body image. You have angels that are very concerned with your body image balance. Yep. To me, this message that's coming in right now. This is all about you, and your physical and mental health, and finding balance. And what I'm hearing is the desire to achieve perfection. So Libra, you're ruled by Venus. You're beautiful people. You bring so much balance and understanding into other people's lives. But I feel like for you right now, you're having a hard time finding that balance. And one way that I feel almost you're trying to pull in, like you have this overall sense of being unbalanced for some reason. And that could be unknown to you, or there could be an external factor causing it, stress regarding work or school or relationships or whatever. But you're trying to find that balance in ways that are not helping you, and it's actually hurting you and pulling something else out of balance. And I feel like a lot of it for a lot of you is going to be directly related to your physical body. This could be over exercising, under exercising, overeating, under eating, whatever it has to do with. You're needing to find that balance with how you take care of yourself and not expecting perfection from yourself. And so this is going to be taking care of your physical body, but also your emotional health and your emotional well-being. Are you cleaning up emotionally? Are you processing emotions fully, or are you burying them and trying to focus on something else? Let's use the example of somebody that is using exercise in order to escape how they're feeling. Exercise is a fantastic way and something everybody should do for your health if you're able to and you're healthy enough to, and it's okay. But if you fall under that where you're able to exercise, it is something that does help with your mental health. It does help you release some stress. However, if you're only relying on exercise in order to manage your stress, you're going to hit a point where you're over exercising, you're putting your body at physical risk, but your mind is then also at risk. You're not cleaning house. You're not processing your emotions and your stressors and your fears. You're relying on something else to deal with them for you because it gives you a temporary sense of kind of sanity and peace and that you have your shit together. But you still are just letting these emotions kind of float around and not really facing them, really feeling them, so then you can let them go. So that's going to be your message, guys, is to really feel these emotions that come through, and don't be so hard on yourself that you need to be perfect. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to take some time to try to find balance. It's okay to, it's okay to talk to somebody else. I'm hearing some of you guys need to actually seek therapy. If that's something that doesn't resonate with you, there's people around you. There's like somebody in particular around you that really does want to help you and will be a good ear for you to rely on. You just need to seek them out because they're the type of person that doesn't want to intrude on your personal space like that or put any pressure on you. But they do try to kind of show you their presence and that they're there for you if you need them. And they figure that if you need them, you'll come to them. And so, kind of be easy on yourself, but you also need to kind of see yourself from this angel's perspective of this person down here. This person is going through a metamorphosis with those wings behind there, those almost butterfly-like wings. They're transforming. They're going through a process. So we're all transforming, especially in Scorpio season. We are all transforming, and you need to be a little bit more gentle on yourself through this transformation process. And know that it doesn't matter. You can weigh your goal weight. You can hit your goal numbers for your, whatever you do in regards to exercise, or if you're part of a team or anything, you can hit your goals physically. You can hit your school goals. You can hit all these variety of goals that you feel represent you, and it still might not bring you that sense of balance that you're wanting to get back because you're not dealing with the emotions that come up that help you transform into the person that you're wanting to become and the person you are. So just be a little bit more gentle with yourself through this time. And seek out those people or, a professional if you're needing so to help you. And remember, like, your motto this month needs to be, it's okay to not be okay. It really is. Nobody's okay all the time. Life is not always beautiful. Things happen and we have emotions and we have every right to process them fully before we move on to something else. And that is the best way to do it instead of burying it and letting it explode and become a huge situation months, years, whatever down the road. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and jump on into your reading. So as a quicker message, let's see, what is the main energy of the month for Libra energy? The Hermit, which makes a lot of sense if you're dealing with some internal issues. So the Hermit is a card of seeking information within and trying to find the light within to understand kind of like what's going on and why certain things happen. So I'm really getting just a slowed down energy for you guys. That's how it feels in the room. Like, it feels like things are just like slow. I don't know how to really explain it. But it's a moment to reflect. It's a moment to heal. It's a moment to seek. It's a moment to meditate. It's a moment to, research things that you've been interested in. It's a moment to reconnect with things that you truly love. And that for you, it's not about, oh, well, I need to do this and I need to do this and I need to do this. So You know, it's not reading a book for schoolwork that you need. It's not doing an exercise routine because you're wanting to make your goal weight by this date. It's not that kind of stuff. It's doing something that truly feeds your soul. So instead of doing that crazy workout class that helps you burn all those calories, it's going for a swim because you love swimming and you really want to do that. Instead of reading, only reading your coursework, it's reading your favorite comic book or whatever it is that really gives you that sense of reconnecting to who you really are. And that joy, that childlike joy is what I'm hearing you're needing to reconnect with. So that's what I get from this hermit energy. Hermit can also bring attachments of depression and that type of stuff, which you might be feeling. So that's just to let you know that you're totally valid in those feelings and they're not crazy, especially if you don't have anything external going on to create them. Just to validate your feelings a bit. So we have the Ace of Swords here as well. So that is awesome because then we have this breakthrough that comes through. With an Ace of Swords, swords represent truths and communication and things like that. But I'm seeing a breakthrough. So to me, this is a moment in time where you get some clarity on your life as a whole and you're seeing yourself transform and you're seeing certain traits that maybe you see no longer serve you and you don't need anymore, so you can release them. Particularly, I feel in regards to perfectionism and how the need and the desire to be perfect. You're able to see that you're already perfect because you're exactly who you need to be in this moment in order to get to wherever it is that you're going next. You can't just jump from A to D. You have to go through you have to go through B and C to get there. So you're in that B to C range, and I feel like you have this breakthrough that finally kind of understands that and sees that this is just kind of a part of the path. And we go back and forth between that understanding and not understanding because we fall back into the structure and the 3D and all the pressure and what we should be compared to other people. I'm hearing some of you need to take a social media break. Stop comparing yourself on social media to other people. You only see on social media what other people allow you to see. You have no idea what their real life is like. You have no idea what their thoughts are like. Even if you know them in everyday life, you have no idea what's actually going on inside anybody who's around your head, unless you are somebody with that gift that can kind of read on that. But regardless, you still don't compare. Okay, let's go on and take a look at what your main lessons are this month. All right. Awesome. So we have, I'm not taking that card because that card did not come out with the rest. It was a good card too. Don't worry. I'm not leaving back a bad card. I wouldn't do that. All right. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and Strength. Your main lesson this month, I feel, are to not only find strength within yourself, but to see yourself as being fit. This is weird that's coming across this way, but to see yourself as being attractive. I feel like for some reason there's a strong pull this month for Libra energy that does not feel attractive, and you are. You are. You are very attractive. You're beautiful. You're a good energy to be around. People like being around you. Stop letting yourself lie to yourself. Stop letting your ego, which I actually just watched a great video from a speaker that is a little bit different than kind of what maybe some of my viewers are used to. Goes more into the 3D, 5D, 9Ds, all that stuff, things. And her perception and what she's channeled is that our ego or our inner voice that's sometimes negative or sometimes positive is almost like a program that has been hijacked. And if you can kind of think of your ego and some of these negative thoughts that you perpetuate onto yourself especially about your appearance, as being something separate that's trying to actively bring you down and bring you into a lower density, it can help. If that's the truth or not, it doesn't matter, because what matters is that you are sure of who you are and you are not listening to that voice. The other information I'm seeing for the message this month is I do believe with all of this work, as normal with anyone, but especially for you guys, you have the opportunity to receive a lot of downloads and information from the universe that you are supposed to share with other people. And this is actually presenting an opportunity that could potentially benefit you financially. However, it's you're going to need the strength within in order to do that. So this is a it's a big month for you. This might not necessarily translate into something actually happening in regards to that topic this month, but it's the prep stage for it. Okay, let's jump on into relationships. What's going on? What's the energy for relationships for Libras this month? Ooh, the devil. I'm going to get another card before I start. And the Ten of Swords. One more. Actually, bottom of the deck. Oh, guys, what's going on with relationship this month for everybody? Okay. So, for some people, those that are going to resonate, they are dealing with a situation relationship-wise. And remember, relationships can be romantic. They can be friendships. They can be coworkers. They can be family. There is some sort of negative attachment that you're involved with. Again, depends on who's listening and what's resonating with you. This is an attachment that I feel it's coming to an end, but it's not at the same time. There's a part of that attachment that's coming to an end, and that's going to be the codependency of it. That is going to be, like, let's say you have a friend that you've had for a very, very long time. You guys have been best friends since you were in grade school, and you guys keep having these conflicts, and you know you need to kind of end the dynamic in regards to whatever the conflict's about, because it's usually, maybe it's like a topic that you guys keep having an argument over. And let's say politics, right? Because I'm in America, we're coming up on election season. Let's say this is about politics. It's holidays. This is a time that people fight. This is a time where you get the most domestic violence calls. I'm having some friends that are cops. I found that out. Like, this is like, this is a tough time for a lot of people. And so maybe you have this connection with somebody else that you're really bonded to them. You really have that attachment. You guys keep having arguments about politics, and you know that dynamic needs to end. I feel like that's kind of the energy coming through. It's not necessarily the relationship ending, but you're knowing that you need to end a certain dynamic that exists within the relationship. And it's you breaking away from that. Now, this is going to cause you pain. It's like an argument I see. It's maybe not talking for a bit. It's going to make you, and the reason I say that is because we have the Five of Pentacles, and that's a feeling of being kicked out and not heard and not understood in a way when it comes to this type of reading. Just know that I don't feel you're losing this person for good at all, even if it might feel like that in that time, which I don't really feel like you're going to feel that either. And especially this is a romantic connection. Again, there's a dynamic between you two that is not healthy, and that is what is ending. And that might end through tears, and that might end through a fight or a partial separation, but I don't feel this is the end for this. It's just ending a dynamic between you two. So you'll have to take that as it applies, because that's really going all over the place it's really not geared towards a romantic relationship. I feel this is more, I'm getting the strong sense this is going to be a lot of very close friendships that you guys have that will be having some conflict, and it's okay. That's, some of my closest friends, we've gotten into the most crazy battles. Some people I'm closest to, I stopped speaking to for a year plus. We all go through cycles. We all have our own mental health stuff that we're dealing with. We're all dealing with this reality that's barely real, this projected reality. Like, it's a lot to be a human. So sometimes people need space and time, and what always ends up happening, for me at least, is when you come back together, you come back in a much healthier mindset where you're not codependent on each other, where you can have disagreements and it's not the end of the world. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump on over to finances, a financial reading for Libra energy. What's going on for November? So I have the Nine of Wands. What else? And the Moon. Okay. So what I'm seeing here for finances is there's a sense of being very guarded with your finances and career. I feel like I need one more card. Yeah, I was going to say bottom of the deck. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's not a big deal here. This is going to go depending on who you are. And I'm getting two particular personalities. The personality of somebody that gets super controlling over their money when they're stressed out, and the person that is like, let me treat myself, and spends all their money. The messages go for each side is that you need to find balance, and Libras, you're great at that. You need to find balance with that two type of energies. You need to be a bit guarded with your finances, especially if you are somebody that is linked in with that treat yourself energy, because you could end up emotionally spending things that you really don't need to do. And you need to be more protective of your finances. For those of you that are really and have been reeling their money in and being very, very like strict with yourself on that end, you need to release it a little bit, because you still need to find balance. And what you're doing, what I'm seeing you're doing, is when you're being so like, I'm so scared I'm going to be broke, I'm so scared, you're actually bringing that like that energy towards you, where you could have these weird financial hiccups that happen, or extravagant bills that just pop up out of nowhere, being so scared to spend your money. So loosen up your reins a little bit if you need to. And those of you that are in a treat yourself zone right now, pull that shit back before you have something explode on you. It's not coming down, but you have free will and you can make it happen if you keep spending this way. So just find your balance. You don't want to be, pushed into a situation where you're having to really reel yourself back because you have some big financial upheaval happening. Okay. So it's a warning of your free will. Just keep things on an even whatever when it comes to your money. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at a spiritual message coming through, and I'm using the Sacred Geometry Activation Oracle. Fertility. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. So when I saw that card come out, I know we're talking about spiritual, but I did get the little like note, I guess is the way I saw this information come in, honestly, guys, is a little ping, like an old school AOL Instant Messenger message with the words, let them know about their fertility in regards to your physical fertility. So if you guys have been wanting a child this month, this is going to be an excellent time for that. If you are not wanting a child this month, this is going to be a time to be very focused on making sure you are thorough with your preventative measures. I'm not going out on a limb and saying there's big pregnancy energy here, because there's not, but that just was, again, the way the message came in was just like a little side note there for those that are listening that it applies to. This is a moment of fertility. But when we talk about spiritual fertility, it is, again, I feel like that directly connects with my first channeled message, and that is to be easier on yourself. And this fertility is to just, you need to be more open and more courageous, more creative, more joyful, and all of that when it comes to you. It's not even necessary, because you have to start first before you can project it onto other people, right? It has to come from within. So this is just like, give yourself a big hug this month. Let yourself have some space. Don't get committed to too many different things that you're needing to do, because you have some things that you are working through. And once you get through them, you're going to just, I feel, blossom out. And this energy is just going to go propelling towards all those around you. So it's much bigger than just you. It always is. All right. So that is going to be your reading. Oh, let's get one last card. Anything else that wants to come out for advice or anything? Any other little dings? King of Swords. So to me, the King of Swords comes out to remind you to, use your intellect. But what I really get with this King of Swords, like really, oh look, and then he has a little Libra sign on his belt, is you need to just take some time for yourself this month. The King of Swords is not the type that has a bunch of people around him all the time. And I just feel like you guys with that and the hermit and everything, just take some time, get those downloads, find that inner strength, remind yourself who you are. Okay, and be easy on yourself in the process. So I hope you guys have a good month. I hope you guys have a good holidays if you celebrate. Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to help support the channel if you'd like. And I will see you guys next time. I love you guys.